Hey guys, I'm RozaldVaneGAME, and welcome back to another episode of the Invincible. Last episode, we were basically surviving the swarm, the cloud. Not sure what triggered it to attack and approach Yasna, our character, and Rohytra, the guy we were trying to protect and save, or not protect, but more like save from this looping problem of his. But yeah, otherwise we were just basically trying to get him out of here. We finally got him. We defended our location, and he took a risk to take a saucer and fly all the way to the Condor, and he could have used it a long time ago. But we crash landed, barely survived, or kind of survived it, I guess. Survived the whole cloud and attack and the crash of the saucer flying to the Condor. We're now in the Condor. We explored the medical bay of the Condor for as much as we could. I'm not sure. I think I might have missed an opportunity to get the radio. Maybe. I might be wrong. Because I did not check one part of the cargo area at the... I'm not sure because I'm just taking a guess. Because I realized the task was to find a radio as soon as possible, but I just didn't bother looking enough. Because I didn't realize when I pulled the lever, I was taking an elevator all the way up to the top floor to get to wherever. I just stupidly didn't do it because I wasn't thinking about it. But yeah, otherwise that was pretty much just the last episode. I'll use the comic book to kind of reiterate some of that. Yeah, so that's where we started off on. Yasna returns to Rohytra and gives him the sad news and stuff about everybody else dying. Everyone is pretty much dead except for Rohytra and the two men who lost their memory and their functional brains to the cloud, essentially. Right here. Rohytra and Yasna fight the cloud using a force field and antimatter cannons. Despite many losses, Cloud manages to break through the force field, so they are forced to flee in a damaged saucer. And the saucer crashes near the Condor, and Yasna is knocked unconscious. After waking up, the scientist discovers that she is alone. And that's pretty much it. Even though there should have been more. We did take a security card to use this elevator to go further up, because apparently Rohytra is all the way up in the Condor. So yeah. But yeah, we're probably gonna be finishing up this game soon here. Because we are heading up to the bridge, and we have to probably make a choice.
You made it. Quicker than I thought. Let me invite you to the bridge, I suppose.
Were you deliberately trying to slow me down?
Why?
I didn't design these elevators, if that's what you're asking.
No, that's not it. You can clearly control them, but... never mind.
Very, very fancy area.
Dirac field.
Oh, jeez.
Ready to activate. Spherical thrower. Anti...
Rohytra!
Here.
Oh, he's over there. Is there a way to connect the radio somewhere? I need the radio to connect to my guy. Dude, I'm worried that I might not be able to get the radio on.
Yasna, are you there? What are you waiting for?
I mean, I'm trying to check on what's been left behind, rather. Just looking at everything around here. But this looks like an area for the radio, right? Like, this looks like an area that I can plug in my radio. Also, I forgot to mention, we did pick up a needle, a syringe needle, for something. I think this is going to be the thing we'll need to connect our stuff to Astrogator. Because I still don't trust Rohytra to know what he's doing still, because he could eventually forget, and then things happen. But we also know that the Invincible is set to come here, in a weird way, so... Yeah, the Invincible is set to arrive here to help us, or help him, because they realize that the Condor has been not responding and hasn't come back to them for a long while. So it's a matter of a few days before the Invincible reaches here, apparently.
Now that you're here, why don't you help me?
With what?
With the probes. They're over the battlefield. I do have visuals from the Cyclops here, but I can't do everything on my own. Oh, wait. Activity's increasing. They're coming.
Again?
Are you helping or not? Come on, Yasna. It's about to start. I can't wait any longer.
All right. Have it your way. Okay, I'm ready.
This looks like a joystick game kind of thing.
What am I looking at?
It'll be... number 5, a long-range one. It sees the entire perimeter.
There's the Cyclops.
Great.
You mean number 1?
Force field activation.
I can't move.
I confirm. Field active. The cloud's within reach.
I'm shooting.
Oh. All I'm doing is just literally watching, I guess. Oh Jesus, it's swarming that guy. Sheesh, can it really kill it? I don't think it can. It looks like it's
The
strong.
field is shrinking.
Calm down, Yasna. It will hold.
But it's swarming it like crazy. Oh.
Whoa.
Oh, beautiful. It's not a machine, it's the devil himself. I'm telling you.
Oh no, but it's going away from it. It's not attacking it anymore. It's going around it, I guess? It might be detecting that the signal is coming from our side, so it's coming after us? No, it's not. Okay. I thought it was more smarter than that, I thought.
Shit! I'm losing connection. Do you see anything?
Yeah, it's right
They're
there.
creating a tight formation. A cyclone.
Yeah.
Fucking shit!
Yep, it's destroyed. Because it pierced right into the barrier. Try to pierce right into the barrier. Or force field, I mean. Oh?
That can't be good, right?
Oh, nope, it's dead. It blew up.
What was that?
It blew up.
You tell me. Can't you see anything?
Oh.
The mid-range is dead.
How about the long range?
The long range works. The cloud has stopped attacking. The Cyclops is...
Dead.
Huh?
Oh no, it's
What
attacking
is it
us.
doing? What did you see? Yasna!
The cloud won.
What? You said...
I didn't say
Don't
anything.
count on the Cyclops anymore. Circuits must have gone haywire. It shot down the probes. Now it's probably operating with a new goal. Like
kill
all
us.
those machines earlier.
I don't understand. How? This is pure madness.
Hey, at least we still have the Invincible.
Don't mock me.
I'm not mocking you, Rohytra. They really are flying here. They'll be here in about... Just hold on for a moment. I'll find out.
We need to connect. Yeah. Where's the radio? Ah, there you are. That's what. So I was right. It is this thing that's the radio. What number was it? G4? I hope he's not gonna attack me in the middle of all this.
Condor, are you there? This is the commander of the IC Dragonfly.
Astrogator, this is Yasna. I managed to get to the Condor's bridge. Rohytra and I led the attack on the cloud, but the Cyclops...
Failed?
Yeah.
Worse. The Cyclops got out of control.
Yep.
Knocked down the probes.
I had a feeling it would end like this. Do you know what Rohytra is planning now?
Don't know yet.
I have no idea.
But then I need to talk to him.
You, sir?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you switch me somehow?
Okay. I'm switching you to the bridge. He should be able to hear you now.
I hope he's gonna negotiate.
Done. Please talk.
Hello, Condor. This is Astrogator Novik, commander of the IC Dragonfly ship. I repeat, this is Astrogator Novik to the crew of the USCA Condor cruiser. Please come in.
Could you stop with all these? Rohytra, engineer Rohytra. Among our crew, I'm the last man standing, so to speak, which I guess makes me commander.
For now, yeah.
Who would have
In
thought?
that case, I'm making an official request to join our forces
What?
to prevent the danger that threatens both sides.
Oh.
Enough, Novik. That's enough. I agree, officially and all that jazz. We're already taking steps to eliminate the threat. I'd even say that your crew is working on it pretty damn actively. We stopped playing defense and took the fight to them. The Cloud suffered significant losses. As a counterattack, though, it disrupted our communications.
Playing defense sounds a lot better than we're getting our asses kicked.
Doctor, not now, please.
Of course.
No, it's true. Fighting against the Cloud is exceptionally difficult. But any opponent can be defeated. All it takes is the right tool.
Meaning what exactly? Let me remind you that we're dealing with a dispersed entity whose technological prowess is still unknown. And it has so far destabilized every machine sent its way.
True.
Even the most specialized ones.
That's why I'll keep it simple this time. No electro brains, no memory, only pure energy.
You still haven't answered me, Rohytra. Please, just tell me straight. What are you up to?
I'm arming the charges.
What?
On what? Explosives, cluster munitions?
Hydrogen.
What? Rohytra? Are you serious?
You're gonna
Damn
blow us
right.
all up.
I won't leave all this unresolved.
How many warheads do you have?
54.
Wow.
From 30 kilos to 100 megatons.
Whoa.
That's quite an arsenal.
We really do have enough power.
That's an understatement, Doctor. That amount of energy could rip the planet to pieces.
Yeah.
I'm not an idiot. I won't send everything at once. I'm preparing 8 smaller warheads to start with.
And then?
We'll see.
Are you sure this is a good idea, Rohytra?
Listen, Yasna, I know how it must look to you. A hot-headed guy from the Alliance who wants to use nukes. But put yourself in my shoes. I have 24 hours tops of complete situational awareness. I'm taking action here and now based on my best judgment. I don't know what will happen later. Where will I wake up? In what condition? So I'm going to avenge my people before that happens and ensure the safety of those who survived. They all deserve better than this. I know you understand. You're like me. You would do anything for your crew.
Not only do I understand you, I feel the same desire. But revenge is out of the question.
Because you might not get out alive.
Why?
We are dealing with creations of necro-evolution. Dead evolution. Probably non-sentient ones. Taking revenge on the Cloud is like...
Whipping the ocean for sinking a ship?
Exactly. Like Xerxes. While we express our suffering, rage, and frustration, we won't accomplish much. We won't harm it. We won't instill fear in it. We won't make it surrender.
I'm going to destroy it, Yasna. Not scare it, not hurt it. Exterminate every last piece of it.
You, Rohytra, are still reasoning as though we were standing face to face with a thinking opponent. What if these beings are not our enemy at all?
Oh, good one. Are you forgetting how many of us they've already killed?
I will never forget, Rohytra. Still, I can't help feeling that they operate without any strategic plan.
True.
They attack from one incident to another. They're non-sentient, as the doctor put it.
So what, they're stupid? And that's why they can't be hostile? It's absolute nonsense.
Well, it could be. Yasna, what do you think?
No, that's being rude. The last line does not make sense. These machines aren't conspicuously hostile towards us. They are enemies, even if they don't know it. I'd say the first one sounds about right to what I'm playing towards.
They're not stupid or hostile, but rather programmed to react.
Yeah, because that's what happened to us.
radio waves, to brain waves.
How?
They're breaking down communications to thwart the exchange of information.
So... they see no difference between a man and a machine?
Exactly.
They take our brains for transmitters.
Yes.
That's why they're attacking us?
Yes.
Exactly.
Wait, what species are you talking about?
Dr. Yasna found various traces of conflict, lasting for hundreds of thousands of generations.
Oh, they certainly competed with the local fauna. We've seen fish that evolved to sense electromagnetic fields. And underground, I found fossils of lizard-like reptiles. Some of them must have been predatory.
Well, I find it hard to believe that any prehistoric reptiles would possess our level of technology, not to mention an arsenal.
They wouldn't have. But there were other machines here as well.
Other machines? I don't buy it. It's like some robot fables.
No, Rohytra, these are no fables. We have gathered evidence for all this.
How did these machines even get here? Who built them?
They didn't need
Our
to be built.
cyberneticist had a hypothesis before he lost consciousness.
About the Lyrans.
Yes, that one.
Lyrans. Lyrans. It does ring a bell. Wasn't there a book about them?
A Cranian's monograph. According to his notes, before the explosion of Zeta Lyra, the sixth planet of the system was inhabited by intelligent beings. Let's say their scout ship landed here and that a disaster occurred. Some kind of reactor explosion, chain reaction. Suffice to say, the wreckage that landed on Regis 3 had no living beings on board.
Only the machines survived.
And then what? They started bashing in each other's tin heads?
No.
Doesn't make much sense to me. Machines don't have emotions. They don't argue.
First things first. Millions of years ago, some highly advanced race sent machines to Regis 3. And these were specialized homeostatic mechanisms, left with no one to command them. As an engineer, you know well how it is. A robot does what it needs to do, whether it serves someone or not. At first, they probably just repaired themselves, or built a home for their dead masters.
Until something forced them to change.
Exactly. Certain types of predator eat anything that moves. So I'm betting they were attacked by a local fauna. The key was that these machines had the ability to produce others as needed. To combat, say, flying reptiles, they started producing flying machines.
That still doesn't explain why they started fighting among themselves. Since they already defeated the living organisms, why keep producing themselves? It makes no sense.
What is a guiding principle of a homeostat? To survive. Apparently the machines pose a threat to one another. They use the same source of energy to function. A common, finite resource.
Okay, but why did some flies survive this? Not something bigger and better.
The way I see it, they were better. The best. In necroevolution, the bots that used up the fewest resources won. So they miniaturized, or became sedentary. The former process gave rise to the cloud. The latter started this bizarre genre of metal structures, resembling vegetation, which formed the city.
And they're still growing?
Yep.
No.
Sort of.
They lost the fight for survival, and now they're just rusting remnants. Only one form survived. The flying microbots that conquered all land areas on Regis 3.
So these flies were just the best adapted.
To the conditions of this planet? Yes, that's how it works.
So, to summarize, some alien race sent advanced robots to Regis 3. The local dinosaur-like monsters tried to eat them, so the robots produced other robots, which produced more and more robots, until they fell victim to their own overproduction. After a number of iterations and wars for resources, they spat out the murderous cloud, which took over the planet.
Indeed. To put it simply,
For me, the matter is perfectly clear. Makes no sense to bomb these creatures. I'll even say it's a greater danger to us than to them.
Yeah, because they're gonna evolutionize.
But how else do you imagine defeating the cloud?
We don't.
That's the thing. I don't. It's invincible. Yes, sir. Do you agree?
Well,
We shouldn't attack.
Yeah.
We should get out.
I very much agree. Another attack would make no difference. Just a few flies are enough for the cloud to regenerate.
Yeah.
what if we destroy their nests?
There is no
Rohytra.
nest.
Unless we want to destroy the entire planet, it's impossible to eliminate them all.
I still think
And
it's
even
not
then,
gonna
there's
work.
no guarantee they would die in space.
Yeah.
After all, the flies need no air, water, or food.
Yeah.
Only solar energy.
But what else could we do?
Just
if
get out.
not attack?
Evacuate from here.
We can leave this place. and never come back. We have a lander.
Sorry, but I'm not going anywhere. You, on the other hand? I'm surprised you didn't evacuate already.
Well, I had to make sure you won't do something you'll deeply regret.
Huh. I'm done.
Setting up all the warheads, really?
Warheads are armed. One more press of a button, and there'll be no turning back.
So this is the final choice, isn't it?
I can't.
That was close.
I'm suspending all actions leading to conflict.
Oh.
What should I do now?
Peacemaker, achievement unlocked, sorry.
Have a
Okay.
lander.
I'm flying out
So
of
you can
here.
get to the Dragonfly.
All of us?
I'm going back. And you, Rohytra? Are you flying with us?
Yeah.
You actually mean it? Damn.
Seriously.
Thank you, but I can't leave just before my people arrive. I have to tell them about the cloud, necroevolution, this whole mess.
But you...
I can handle it, Yasna. I'll take the stimulants and hold out until they arrive. Whatever it takes to stay awake. Maybe I can write it all down.
I don't want to sacrifice my diary just for the sake of this whole thing. But I think it would be better off to help them. But then again, it would hurt us in general. Because our group has also been researching it. So, and he wouldn't make sense of it anyways. The journal won't make sense of it for everyone else except for my group. Because I'm the one who would technically be the one to explain it. And I have no proof that I researched all this for myself, which there might be more things to talk about in a sense that would help us. So I think I'm going to keep my diary, even though it's a little bit selfish. I haven't been selfish enough in this game so far, and I think this is the better time for it.
Good idea. Making records help me keep my head in all this madness.
That's comforting, I guess.
Also, we don't know if there's a chance for him to survive, because...
I've prepared Hopper for departure, but there's still a matter of access to the landing pad on the bow.
Navik, how do you know about our landing pad?
I mean, you gave him access.
You know what they say? Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Astrogator likes big ships.
Right. Anyway, someone has to break the force field and open the dome.
Oh no.
The field automatically deactivates when the dome is opened. It's the same switch on the control station.
Ooh.
All right. Sounds simple enough.
Open the dome and above the landing pad. This is bad because he could potentially...
Okay, got it.
He could be vulnerable to the attack of the cloud. That's the scariest thing. Is like if we leave the diary and he gets attacked and dies, we can't get that diary back. So I'm worried for
Everything's
him.
ready, Astrogator.
Copy that. Hopper is on its way.
Where do we go?
Rohytra.
Thanks. I'm gonna need it.
Oh.
Have a safe flight, Yasna. You Commonwealth ain't all that bad.
Alright. I'm guessing LP is landing point. It's at the very top of the ship. Alright, let's try to finish this game once and for all. I'm very worried though.
Can you hear me?
Yes. We've reconnected.
Great. Hopper is just landing.
I'm at the top.
Wow, already?
It went smoothly.
Oh,
Landing
jeez.
pad is generous in proportion.
Like everything here.
Alright, where's my seat? Where do I need to sit? Oh, I had to
Are you
pull this.
ready?
Yep.
Just close the hatch and...
What?
And what?
Wait, you had this all this time? No, I'm throwing it back.
There's nothing.
How the hell did you have that all the
I'm gonna buckle up
time?
now.
I'm not gonna take that with me. What the frick? Why did she have it all that time? I didn't know she had that all the time.
Ready.
Copy that.
So that's why the clouds were attacking us all that time. I was like, why is the thing attacking us? What the frick? I didn't know she actually took a pod with her, the pod of flies with her, all that time. I'm like, I would not keep that at all. Okay, let's
Is
finish
taking
this.
off in 3.
That's an asshole thing to do, man. Evacuation achievement unlocked. That's the achievement I just got. I just didn't say anything because it was so loud. But What the hell, Yasna? You literally risked your life to try to keep that thing to take it with us almost? Yeah, no, at least we didn't need to take... We're not going to take that sample. We shouldn't have. The end. Achievement unlocked. That was it. Okay, that's the end of the game. Okay. That was very... half anticlimactic and half not at all, I guess, I'd say. Yeah, so that's... Oh, we're perfectly on the... We ended before the 30-minute mark. Nice. So that's the Invincible. That's the end of the game. The end achievement just unlocked as well, so that's what I got at the end there. Yeah. I guess now is time for my thoughts and my opinions about what the game is, or about the game. So before I start, I want to say that if you guys are done and want to hear what I have to say about the game, thank you guys for joining me on this little, or not little, but like a semi-shortish. It's like about like almost 20 videos long about-ish. Yeah, like thank you for joining me on this little adventure of the Invincible. If you guys, hope to see you guys in another game or another Serious Minds, and hope you guys have a great, amazing day. Good night to everyone for watching this. But if you want to check out this game for yourself, buy the game for yourself. There's a lot of other stuff that I missed out on probably, like branching paths are here in this game, and there's like other ways of doing some stuff or things to say. Like there's probably other things to talk about, I think, in the game, or other talking points in the games happening where I might have missed something or so. Check out the game for yourself. I'll leave a link down below to all the places you can buy the Invincible as the first thing to say, because that's important for those developers to help support the developers on working this kind of crazy cool game. But otherwise, here's my thoughts and opinions after that whole thing, after that whole spiel. But yeah, how do I feel about the Invincible so far? Man, I would say that this game, at first, I didn't know what to expect, obviously. I at the beginning of the game, I already said I know nothing about the game. Sorry, I got something in my mouth. I didn't know anything about this game. I don't even know the book. Let's recap. Wait, why is this whole thing, like, all, like, it forgot, like, my progress or something? Or is it because it's just... Okay, whatever. Anyways, this is the part we're at. Once she reaches the Condor's bridge, Yasna assists Rohytra in fighting the Cloud with the Cyclops. To Rohytra's utter shock, the Cloud defeats the Cyclops. Rohytra proposes a nuclear attack on the Cloud, but Yasna manages to dissuade him from this idea. Yasna boards the lander after throwing away the jar of flies. Yeah, so we could have kept the flies, but chose not to, I guess. Anyways, no, what I want to say was that, yeah, I didn't have, any expectations. My expectation was onto the ground, technically. So I kind of walked in with a very blind thought of what to expect. And, coming out of the other end of the game, at the ending here, I deeply appreciate this game's narrative, like, exploration of, like, space and adapting the book in a way. I'm pretty sure it's adapting the book to a great degree of what we would see in the book, I bet, or what you would read in the book. And from what I remember browsing of the Invincible, I'm trying to remember what I was looking up. I think I was looking up a person's name or something. I can't remember exactly. I was looking at something, and there was a comment that said that somebody said that the Invincible was this game technically is a prequel to the book itself. So that's what I think I heard or read, but I'm not sure entirely if that's true or not. But if that is the case, then this is a great way to start your sort of adventure to reading the book, if that is the case. But it says based on the novel, so it could be the case that it is basing it off of it, like as a launching point to the game, rather than actually taking everything that's happening in the book and adapting it into a video game. So that's kind of like interesting and cool, because I feel like books and comic books and movies and shows do a great job if you accompany a game with it. Like Witcher series is a great, like, I would say a chaser. I wouldn't say that the books are exactly one-to-one to the games, but it's a great chaser. You just drink it and you're just like, it's refreshed. Like, I refresh myself from the story of in a new light, in a way. Which I did play The Witcher 3 on the on the channel, so I haven't even read the book for that. And there's plenty of all these examples of media, different mediums being adapted to a video game or having to blend into the world of the video game that is being created. Obviously, some of them failed, some of them have succeeded, and I can't say that this one is bad or good because I haven't read the book, but I definitely think this game definitely did a great job at convincing me how good this could be of a book if I had read the description of what I would expect in this game. And it gives a visualization to whatever is happening in the book, if there is a case for locations in the game. But I'm assuming that the book takes place when the Invincible lands on Regis 3, and then it's exploring the sort of life of what the people in the Invincible gets to explore throughout the whole planet of Regis 3, while Yasna is like the one who leaves the ship, or leaves the whole planet behind anyways, regardless of what happens, I bet. So she wouldn't have any involvement whatsoever with the story, I guess. But yeah, otherwise, first things first, gameplay. I think gameplay is very simplistic. It's really nice in some cases, and then sometimes, microscopically at times, it gets annoying because you have to turn the dial and you have to legit move your mouse movement to kind of work it. I guess maybe the controllers might be a thing too in this game. I'm not sure yet. But it could work better in a controller, but I feel like it's kind of weird to kind of turn the stuff a little bit with your actual mouse movement, so it really sucked a little bit at times, but overall I think it was pretty nice to explore the game and have like this immersion to the game. And I said it at the beginning that this game could have worked well with VR as well. If it had paired up with VR, it would be such an interesting experience because you get to see the world in a much more like 3D way, but it's a lot more money spent on the budget to try to make it work. Which I would not advise to because I know that it's going to be not a cheap like thing to do, so it's always going to be expensive as hell to make that work in my mind from what I know of the development in VR. But yeah, gameplay wise I think it's very simplistic in a sense, but what is the most intriguing part of this game is the narrative, the story. I think the world building is fantastic, but that's because again the book is a thing to blend into the story, and I think that's what makes this game stands out the most narratively. Although it kind of had a very slow start, it made me kind of. I'm sad to say this, and I don't mean it. And I don't mean to offend or be rude or anything. It kind of made me almost nod off a little bit. Like I was just sleepy like at times, and it sometimes happens to me where I'm just like, if the game is too slow, I'll just end up being a little bit sleepy or tired. It's kind of reminding me of like reading visual novels on VA11 Valhalla, VA11 Hull A, the Cyberpunk bartender game. Like I nod off on that a lot because I have to read, and then I'm like, but it's not that I don't like it. I do remember what's happening. It's just I get sleepy because it's just like it's a lot of like I don't think my brain has any activities going on that I'm just like getting kind of sleepy and sleepier. Because there's a lack of activity going on the screen, and this unfortunately started off that way, and it's not the fault of the game itself. I think it's maybe because it's such a slow start that it had to fill you in on what's going on, and that's why it's such a slow start. But it took me until we found our crew, our Dragonfly crew, to actually feel more invested a little bit. Like I was like, okay, now it's starting to get more interesting. And then when we tried to find Gorski, things took off from there. I think that's when it got more interesting and more exciting because I was like, oh, okay, I'm having an actual thing where I have to do things that require exploration and some really cool vistas and sceneries. And I think this game sold me on that after that part of the story. Like choices were having to be made, were really difficult, but I was hoping, they were the best outcome for me personally, but I'm not sure either. But I tried to, keep everything humanly, like, as sane as possible. And try to be the nice person out of the whole thing. Try to save as much lives as I could. So it was kind of crazy how difficult it was to try to, like, maintain a lot of the sort of narrative points and how I try to keep the character consistent in that rather than just trying to change the narrative because I said something wrong or something. But otherwise, that's how I felt throughout the story. I think one of the biggest point I also like about this game is the environments. I think the imagining of this not weird, but like this very foreign out of this world scientific world is really, really masterfully done. Almost, it's, I wouldn't say masterfully, but it's almost masterfully done. And I think the kudos would be given the most. Like, I would give the most flowers to the environmental artists who managed to, like, really recreate some of the stuff. Like, the Metal City could not leave my mind for the life of me. The ocean that we saw at the one of the flashbacks was really cool. Some of the color designs, like the person who thought about the sort of color to create the mood of those places were fantastic. Like, even the last part before we boarded the Condor was absolutely, the scenery was absolutely cool and everything. It's just, I think it masters really well with that aesthetic of color and environmental art that just blends it really well into a very memorable, almost a memorable and very pleasing to the eye experience than a lot of other games have done. Not to say that a lot of games don't do that. I think that this one is done differently than a good chunk of them because it's very unique to the color and the environmental art design. But otherwise, yeah, I think the minimal and sort of diegetic UI also helped out with the sort of, like, we want the world to feel like it's natural to you as a player, and it's really nice to see that as well, to kind of have the UI be very minimal or as minimal as possible to help the player kind of feel immersed in the world too. So that's that, and helps blend in with the environment as well. So that's really what's cool about that sort of part too. And then of course I forgot to mention the scientific parts of this game really does a really good job too. Like the scientific world building, leaning into heavy amounts of sci-fi, like, themes and information and, like, possibilities. Really great job at trying to bring that in, and I'm pretty sure that's mostly the heavy lifting of what the novel did, and all they're just doing is essentially trying to give the player that option to create that conclusion, because it felt like that conclusion here in this episode when we tried to convince Rosia of, like, how this has all come together. Absolutely amazing. I like that they gave you that sort of, like, summarize your whole experience into this one dialogue to help convince this guy that it's not worth blowing up the damn cloud. And it's true, because if you blow up the cloud, guess what? It's going to evolve and kind of get used to that chemical, and it could very much take over that chemical and use that and blow it back to you, because at some point those chemicals might end up helping them evolutionize even further, causing them to be more than just electromagnetically dangerous, but also nuclearly dangerous, because they are, hydrogen as a chemical is a very dangerous chemical anyway, so they could be very not just adaptive to hydrogen, but also utilizing it as their own weaponry, because anything that you do, especially when something is evolving as a species, those species will eventually grow to adapt to that thing. But not only that, could also be weaponized in a way to help them use that very same weapon back at us. So that's what I was afraid of the mostly when we tried to convince Russia to not try to blow it up with the hydrogen warheads. So yeah, so I do love the science, like, themes that's coming out of this game for sure as well. A lot to talk about, I bet, for an actual scientist if they were playing this game for sure. Really scratches the head, really makes you think about, like, sci-fi tropes and sci-fi themes and stuff like that. Yeah, so otherwise, I think that's mostly it. I don't know the music that well. I didn't really listen too much deeply. I think the menu music's great right now. But otherwise, I think that's mostly all I could say about the game. I think the biggest points was the narrative. The narrative and the environments are, like, the biggest points of this game. And if you really love this game for the narrative or if you really love a game with a heavy sci-fi narrative and a environmental art, I think this is definitely the game for you, or a game for you. And if you tell your friends, like, what kind of game this is to them, that's the big things you would like to point. That's the things I would suggest pointing out, which is sci-fi story with beautiful environmental art and really cool aesthetics of, like, I think, like, a science aesthetic, which is, like, very close to, I think it's very close to what I did play with Wolfenstein 2. They had very similar, like, aesthetics of the science sciencey stuff, like the human sciencey structures and stuff. I think it's like a theme to like the correct me if I'm wrong, like the 1960s aesthetic of space or something like that, 1960s, because it feels kind of like that a little bit. Not the 1990s, like the aliens kind of thing, not like that. It's a little bit further further behind that in terms of the aesthetic, but it really feels very different for sure. Yeah, so otherwise that's all I could say about this game so far. But otherwise, to repeat myself, thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you guys in another game or another series of mine for the channel. Please take a look out for the next game that will be uploaded after this series is over, probably 2 days, 3 days after this. I'm planning on playing another short series of games again, even shorter than the Invincible, hopefully. I have to like start like chipping away at my collection of games that I kept on the category of recording games that I need to play kind of thing, games to record kind of category on my Steam library, because I do have a category for that. I want to chip away at like the other games I have been kind of holding off on a little bit, so that might be the next thing. Maybe short game, and then a little bit like the size of this game, and then we'll see. I'll see what happens after that. I have plans of 2 games in my mind, and then or 3 games, and then we'll see what after that. But they'll be short enough to probably run me a week or 2 or something like that. We'll see. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else I want to say. Oh, and then, of course, once again, description box will have all the links to the game if you want to check this game out for yourself. Otherwise, that's it for this episode, and that's it for the series. I will see you guys another video or not, and that'll be all for the Invincible. We'll dearly miss all the sights and scenes. I'll probably revisit this game a little bit after my recording, or a different day of the recording, and try to get the last achievements that I missed out on. There's a couple there's a couple of them to pick up, so I had to revisit the different chapters and stuff. So yeah, otherwise that's it for this episode. Roz out.